Hi all, this is a video about your assignment this week about using Wakelet, this program, this online platform that you saw in my introduction to the week, using this platform to create a little um, project about the music video you choose to work on. Okay, so here are the instructions for the Wakelet project. It's in the discussion forum, week 14 discussion, share your Wakelet. So if you come down here, what you want to do is start by creating an account with Wakelet. I'll show you that in a second. Then you'll watch this video. This is the video you're watching right now. I haven't loaded it yet because I'm shooting it right now. So after you watch this how-to video and all 6 of the music videos I posted, you'll choose the one video that you think would be best, the one that interests you the most. And they all they're all about specific social issues. So choose the one you think you could most easily work on for this project, right? It's probably the one you find the most interesting. Once you've made your choice, then you get to pretend to be the professor for the class, right? Pretend that you're leading a class discussion on this music video. So to begin, you'll write 2 paragraphs. Okay, so 2 paragraphs explaining the following 2 things. So your first paragraph should be a summary of your chosen music video, right? Just what it's about, what happens in broad strokes in the music video. You can and should write about the music and the images and the text, just briefly, right? Just a paragraph, maybe 2 paragraphs, but just a brief summary, right? You don't need to go through every point. You just want to stick to the main ideas, the main things. And then a second paragraph where you explain why you chose this specific text. What's your rationale? Why would you choose this as an interesting one to discuss in class? Okay, so write those 2 paragraphs. After you explain those 2 things, you need to find some resources to help lead the class discussion, right? To help broaden the discussion with these hypothetical students in your hypothetical class. Okay, so you're going to find 4 texts. You need to find 4 sources to use for this project. 2 of these texts you need to find are providing background information on your chosen music video, on the creator of the music video, or the music video itself, right? So this can be reviews, it can be interviews, it can be biographies, like of the artist, right? Something like that. These can be videos, podcasts, written texts, right? Doesn't matter the medium, but do make sure that these are substantial texts, right? Don't find a 2-line summary of who the artist is on, like, some allrecords.com or something like that. Try to find something a little more substantial, more interesting, that would be useful for people if they're having a discussion about this. So you need to find 2 pieces of background information and then 2 related readings, right? And as I note here, these could be any kind of text that relates to the social issue that you're exploring, right? So not the text itself or the artist themselves, but the issue that you're talking about. So, for example, what I mean by this is, let's say you were creating a project about The Best We Could Do, right? The graphic novel by T. Boyd. You could use essays by other art authors about the refugee experience, right? To give some background if that's the social issue you're tying it to. Or let's say you're using Cormac McCarthy's The Road, the post-apocalyptic novel. You could use articles about apocalyptic rhetoric in general, so not about the book, but about that larger issue that you're tying the book to, right? Pardon me. So again, these 4 texts, text in quotation marks, because text can be, any kind of thing that we take in, written text, video, podcast, whatever kind of stuff you find online that you think would be related to this text that you chose. Okay, so you need to find 4 texts, and for each of these 4 texts, you need to include the following 2 things, as well as posting the actual text. Okay, so you need an MLA entry, right? Do the best you can with that, and a brief explanation of how this text could be useful for your hypothetical class. So, one summary explaining why you chose this text. It should be about 4 sentences long, I would think, right? More than just, this interview is very informative, right? Expand. Why would it be useful in class? What could students get out of it, right? You need to explain why you're including it. This is your rationale for each of the sources. Okay, so 4 texts, and then these 2 things for each of the texts and the text itself. So after you've done all this, you're going to, create this using Wakelet, which I'll show you in a second. Create this using Wakelet, and then post a link to your Wakelet project here in the discussion forum. Okay, and to get full marks, remember to engage with at least 2 peers. Okay, so it seems like a lot. That's I made this discussion forum worth 2 marks instead of 1. So this is actually a good way to make up marks if you missed some discussion forums in the past, or to get 2 out of 2, because it seems like a lot, but it's really, once you break it down, it's not that much, right? And hopefully you'll be interested in one of these music videos and it will not be that onerous. Okay, so let's take a look at Wakelet. So if we click here, this will take us to the Wakelet site. You need to sign up unless you're already a member, and you might be. I know this is a very popular program. Let me just sign out. Can I sign out? Hold on, let me move that over there. Okay. Log out just to see this screen. If you sign up, right? So you can do it with Google or Facebook if you want. I would suggest signing up with email just to keep it separate, right? And then your name. And it's really easy to sign up. It takes about 2 minutes, right? It's very easy. I won't go through it right now. So I'm already a member. I already signed up. So let me just take you in here. Okay, so here I am. I've already created one. I've tested this out. I created most of this using my cell phone, some of it using my laptop. But if you take a look at it, here's what it looks like, right? You can load an image and a description of what it is, right? And then the sections I was talking about, you need to write a summary. You need to write a rationale, why you chose this text. You need 2 pieces of background information, right? So I chose a review of the book and an interview with the author, right? Notice this is a video. This is Cormac McCarthy, the author of The Road, is notoriously reticent about giving interviews. He doesn't give many interviews. This is one of the very few interviews you can find with him of any length, of any use. He did an interview with Oprah Winfrey, so I've included that. And then related readings, right? So not exactly about the text itself, but about the idea of the apocalypse and apocalyptic rhetoric, right? So that Man Apocalypse article, and then another one, Don't Starve, right? So with each of these things that I've uploaded, you'll notice that I've included a MLA entry, right? This is an MLA style entry. And you can't fully format all the text using Wakelet, so just do the best you can. Like, you can't indent very well, so that's fine. Just do as well as you can, right? And then I've included this review would be useful because, and then I would go on and finish that, of course. I was just giving you an idea how it would look, right? And then I have another MLA entry, another why it would be useful, and then I posted the source itself. Same here, MLA entry, why it would be useful. That text, MLA entry, why it would be useful, text, right? So 4 things I found. Really doesn't take too long to find these kinds of things. Tooling around the internet, you'll be able to find it pretty easily. And I've included a summary and a rationale. Okay, so let's just create a new one. So here we go. Let's do the best we could do. Thanks. And the refugee experience. That's a good title, right? Don't call this Wakelet project or Ian's Wakelet project. Try for something more creative, right? You could put it here. Wake project or English. Whoops, man. Got to work on my typing skills. For English class. I don't know, right? Whatever. Let's see. Let me upload an image. So let's see. Best we could do. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Oh boy, well, that's not very good. And let's just put it like that. There we go. Right, I could spend more time and get a better image. That's fine. Don't knock yourself out over this. You're going to get to do this again with your last project, right? This is just a trial run. So let's see here. I would suggest using headers, right? So summary, right? You can make this bigger, right? You can format the text a little bit. Summary, right? Just use that as a header, right? And then you can add text here. This book is about blah, 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 right? Go on, write that, right? And that way, let me just show you how that looks. If you use headers, that way you get that look I had, right? Where it helps organize the information a bit better, right? Okay, so let me continue. Let's put rationale. Again, make that a header. There we go. Add text. I chose this book because, and using first person is fine for this. That's totally fine. Okay, let's see. Background texts. Remember, you need to choose 2 background texts. So let's make that our header here. Why not, right? Okay. And now, I've already done this legwork myself, but I found here is an interview with T. Boy on NPR, right? It's good. You can listen to it. It's good, just a good short little introduction to the book. So, there we go. Okay, so let's where did I have? Oh yeah, URL right there. So look at all these different options you have, right? You can load YouTube videos. You can just paste the URL, right? Put the URL, it loads. Yeah, there we go. Right, nice image. And then before that, I'll add the text. Hold on a sec. Where can I? Oh, don't want that. Sorry. I'm using this. I'm using Screencast-O-Matic, so sometimes it hides things. I've already gone ahead and come up with the MLA entries. So here we go. Let me edit this. Whoops. Boy, yeah, that looks crazy. That's okay. We'll fix that. Okay. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'll just leave that hyperlink. I don't care. That's fine. Turn it back to. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So that's the MLA entry, and then in the same text box, I could type in, this interview would be useful because blah 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 blah. Okay, see, and then let me just show you how that looks if I save it. Right, I have my attractive image at the top, the title for it, subtitle, summary. I have information there, rationale, background text. So here's my first one. Here's a link so people can find it, a description of why I'm using it, and then I share it. All right. So, and then I can add another one if I wish. Right, and here's whoa, I don't know why it is automatically loading like that. Oh well, nothing I can't fix. All right. Oh yeah, I see. That's really interesting. And then this as a review would be useful because blah 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 blah. There you go, and I can link the URL there, and I can carry on like this until I finish the project. Okay, so it's pretty easy to use, and then you can share the the URL on the discussion forum.